aside from the writ actually dropping, this is like the best confirmation I think we're going to get that an election is imminent. The Conservatives made a major announcement about their strategic approach as we head closer towards a federal election. You've heard us talk a lot about it on Northern Perspective, but we didn't anticipate this. The Conservative Party of Canada is rebranding their entire campaign.
Let's take a look. From the Hill Times, Canada First rally expected to be major rebranding of Conservative campaign, say senior Tories. The Conservative Party is encouraging attendees of the February 15th Canada First rally to wear red and white clothes in honor of our nation's flag, according to an RSVP email sent to party members. So before we get to this, this is crazy. There were messages sent out to the campaign teams across the EDAs just in the last 24 to 48 hours about this happening, and This is interesting, folks. This is big. So let's get to the highlights of the article, and then we'll dive right into this.
The Conservative Party's upcoming rally in Ottawa is expected to serve as a major rebranding effort, shifting the focus from Axe the Tax to Canada First, and is anticipated to act as an unofficial launch to the next election campaign, say some senior Conservatives. Quote, "This is the launch of a different branding that we're going towards," end quote, a top Conservative told the Hill Times. Quote, "It's a different campaign. It is a major shift. We've been testing new messaging because the problem with the carbon tax election is that it may not be relevant in a couple of weeks," end quote. The National Conservative Caucus is set to hold a special meeting in Ottawa on February 14th, followed by a major rally in downtown Ottawa the next day, where Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre from Carleton, Ontario, will give a major speech. The rally is expected to mark a significant rebranding of the party's campaign. By press time, neither the party nor the caucus chair had shared specific details about either event with caucus members or Hill staff. Quote, "It is getting interesting," end quote, said the senior Conservative. Quote, "Things are firming up. It looks like that we may be heading towards an election for real," end quote. Quote, "It's fair to say this will be the unofficial launch of the campaign," end quote, said a second senior Conservative. Quote, "This will be a chance for him," meaning Poilievre, "to try some new ideas. We're already in a campaign now. The campaign has already started. It's just that we are running against 3 candidates instead of 1, end quote. So I think that's very important that even the senior Conservative officials are saying an election is coming. So all this garbage about it being in 2026 is not going to come to reality.
Well, and this also goes against some of the, let's just say, more vocal Conservatives that have been, trying to put some fear mongering here of, may have to wait until 2026, this type of thing. They know it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. And this is the best confirmation that we're getting, because it's coming from senior Conservatives. It's coming from Pierre's inner circle. And like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even the media is now speculating that there's not going to be a confidence vote. There's not going to be a throne speech. Someone's going to get elected as the leader of the Liberal Party, mainly Carney. And shortly after that, there's going to be an election called. That's what they're speculating.
Well, and aside from the writ actually dropping, this is like the best confirmation I think we're going to get that an election is imminent.
Right. Because here's the thing. You need to be careful if you're going to be doing something like this, right? And you have to time it well, because the Conservatives can't wait and assume, right? They can't wait and assume that there's going to be a throne speech and then launch this campaign in, say, mid-March. And there's a really good reason for that. All of the literature right now that every single riding with a Conservative candidate across the country has axed the tax and all of the, call it the legacy campaign material.
Well, and now that the Liberals have admitted, most of them anyways, that the carbon tax is a bad idea, axe the tax isn't really going to cut it. Yeah.
Doesn't differentiate. And the world has changed since a couple months ago. Now, why this is important is because if the Conservatives wait too long in order to do this and are surprised by an election call by the Liberals, then they're going to run into a problem. Because of all the campaign material out there, signs, flags, flyers, everything that they have that's already printed, they need to look at rebranding that while they have a unlimited budget, because as soon as that writ drops, every riding has a limited budget. There's a maximum you're allowed to spend. So the last thing you want to be doing as the Conservative Party is being surprised in terms of, okay, yeah, we're going to do a rebrand, but we're going to do it really close to this March 24th deadline. Then we can sail into the confidence vote with the new messaging. If the Liberals call this on, say, March 10th, they're screwed, because they now have to spend a chunk of that money for the entire election campaign on new material for their new brand. So they have to get ahead of it, which is most likely why they're doing it now. So they have time to get everything ready, to reprint all the material and get all the signs ready with the new marketing material.
And the Conservatives are being smart by riding that Canada First wave. I think the cohesion, if you want to call it that we're seeing the last few weeks with these threats of tariffs in place to come into place, and the possibility of them destroying our economy, destroying Canadian jobs. I think Canadians are more united now than they have been in the past 10 years, or at least they're starting to be. And I really do believe that the Conservatives are going to be the party that helps unite Canada again. It's going to bring Canadians together. And I think it's smart of them to try to ride that wave while it's new, while it's small, and then they can be the ones perceived to have united Canadians.
Right. And this is why, a lot of people have been wondering, why has Pierre seem to be taking a back seat right now? Why hasn't he been more vocal? Well, now we know why. It's because he was sitting back, consulting with his team, and they're evaluating the situation, the political landscape very, very carefully, because they need to play this carefully in order to ensure that they don't lose too much ground.
Right. It was a slam dunk when Trudeau was the leader of the party. The Conservatives were going to win a supermajority. Right now, you have some polls, not that we believe them, but they're still reporting it, that the Conservatives are only 3 points ahead of the Liberals. So it's going to be a tough fight. And the Conservatives, if we want a Conservative government, it's going to take all of us to get them there.
Right. So now that they're going to be essentially solidifying this new brand, this new message, this new approach, I think you're now going to see a reinvigorated and very vocal Pierre Poilievre coming out again against the Liberals. Because this is tough, right? Because this is a Liberal leadership race. That's what's getting all of the attention. And Pierre has to ensure that the Conservative messaging isn't being lost. So this is the challenge that he's going to have. Now, again, once a Liberal leader is chosen, you're going to see these polls, start to equalize a bit, because people are going to be like, oh, well, I would have voted for so-and-so, but now Carney...
So-and-so's leader, yeah.
Carney's leader. I don't want to vote for him. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But the real exciting thing is we're going to actually be in Ottawa for that rally. So we're going to be there, hopefully, center stage right in front of Pierre and the team.
Well, we'll see what we can do, but we are planning on being there on Saturday, February the 15th. I believe it starts at 1 p.m. The exciting thing I think about all of this is that in Ontario, Southern Ontario at least, the EDAs are organizing buses so that if you want to go to this rally, they will bus you in for the day.
For free.
Yeah, take you to this rally and then bring you back home. So if you are interested in attending this rally, definitely reach out to your local EDA, that's your Electoral District Association, and ask them, is there a spot left for me on the bus? Can I come too?
Right. So what they'll do is they will arrange pickup points for the people that want to go. They'll pick you up in the morning, and it'll be early in the morning.
It depends where you live, I guess.
Yeah. The further away you live, the longer the bus ride will be. And you'll go to the rally, and then they will bus you home same day. So that's the intent of that. So if you want to go, reach out to your EDA and let them know you want to go and you want to register to get on the bus. You have to register in order to actually get into the event. So it's going to be exciting times, people. It should be a real big event. I think all of caucus is invited to come to there because there's a caucus meeting on the 14th. So we may see literally every single Conservative MP in Parliament at one event. We have not seen that before. So this is a major, major event for the Conservative Party. And like they said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the campaign. An election's coming, so everybody buckle up.